Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is going to be a bit different than the usual sort of thing that I do on this channel. The plight of the Palestinian people is something that hurts a lot of us, and even though I'm very disturbed by what is going on, from the complete destruction of buildings to the killing of children, for the vast majority listening to this, me included, there are very few things that we can do to support the Palestinian people. The first and most obvious that we can do is to support them financially. Find someone or find an organization that you trust. Make sure that they're reliable. Donate. Damages in Gaza during the strikes in the millions. Palestinians are in dire need of your financial support, so help them with even small amounts. Barakallah fikum. The second thing is to share. Share the information. Educate the people around you about what's happening. Read Ilan Pape's book about the history of the conflict and share information that you've learned with non-Muslims. Slowly the world is realizing that the Palestinian people have been mischaracterized, and for the first time, as far as I've observed, non-Muslims in very large quantities are speaking out against the oppression. Finally, and most importantly, dua. Dua, guys, dua. In the year 2001, when Ariel Sharon was elected as Prime Minister, I recall all the grown-ups around me speaking of him in the worst possible way, knowing that he would bring the Palestinians more oppression than ever before. And he did. For years, people around me, mashayikh on pulpits, asked Allah to destroy him, and while many expected some sort of miracle to occur, nothing miraculous was observed. Several years ago, in the year 2014, I heard that Sharon passed away, and I didn't really think much of it. I mean, Sharon was no longer in power, and I had assumed that he was simply, I don't know, not re-elected or something. But I later came to learn that Sharon actually fell into a coma during the time that he was prime minister. Now, today, while browsing the internet, looking up the death of Sharon, I came across a heartbreaking post written on the 22nd of March 2004. We call upon the Muslim nation as a whole to make a dua of paralysis against the criminal Sharon, and we ask the Most High to bring upon him his anger, and to make him a lesson to those that will take heed from his creation and his servants. Now, there was no lightning bolt that came down from the sky, nor did the earth split up to swallow Sharon whole. Instead, he suffered from a stroke in early 2006 and fell into a coma for 8 years, passing away in 2014. When I look at this forum post, I see a prayer that was answered. Not only that, but even more. A prayer was for Sharon to be paralyzed, and paralysis, while severely debilitating, will not necessarily render one completely unable to function. Now, when it comes to our du'as, we often assume things to go a certain way. We expect shooting stars. We expect instant results. Make a du'a to become rich, and you expect to win the lottery. If you become rich through less dramatic means, like getting promotions at work, you attribute the answered dua to yourself. Allah's Messenger said, "The invocation of any one of you is granted by Allah if he does not show impatience by saying, 'I invoked Allah, but my request has not been granted.'" And with this I remind you to never give up faith in Allah. And who despairs of the mercy of his Lord except those who are astray? And as I look back at this heartfelt forum post once again, I think to myself, maybe, just maybe, the 8-year coma was a result of this dua.